The assignment's complete, and now we're getting critiqued. Up, Wendy Nerdigans. This is the one and only Packer Girl 89. Today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Blue Period Chapter 50. So before I get into this recap and live reaction, let me just remind you to hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored. And I'm just on a non-stop high-speed struggle train heading into chaos and getting faster by the second. We're talking panic attack, migraine-inducing hyperspeed levels of struggle up in ya. I'm struggling to keep a roof over my head. It is that bad. But, if you love what I'm doing and want to help keep this channel alive and kicking, feel free to hit up my Cash App and PayPal. Those links are in the description box below. Also, Yamaguchi Sensei had a visit from Korona-sama. Yeah, it's no good. A lot of mangaka and Seiryu are... yeah, they're getting visited by Korona-sama as of late, and unfortunately, Yamaguchi-sensei is one of them. I'm hoping and praying that they're doing okay, that, of course, they've got vaccinated and all of that, so that it's not as bad, and hopefully they've gotten some, or they're going to be getting some chest x-rays to make sure there isn't any damage to their lungs, because that's what it does. Attacks the lungs. Even if you're asymptomatic, damage is there. It's crazy. Go look it up. Go look up them chest x-rays. It's nasty. But anyways, last chapter was very, very fascinating because it was about what it means to draw. What is drawing? And it's kind of like what is justice in a way, but drawing is a little bit more easier to figure out than justice. Thank God. And, after, Yaguchi got some advice, because he's been struggling. He's been having artist block. And he's been overthinking this a lot, too. After he got some advice, he just went on the train and just drew. He just cleared his thoughts, just drew. And then sometimes that's all you need to do is just clear your mind and just go with the flow. And now, we turn in the assignment, getting critiqued. Let's get to this chapter, see what's in store for us today. And this chapter is titled, Getting Exposed to Heat Ends Up Cooling Me Down Instead. What? I love this art so much. I do. So thank you so much. Okay, next. We're already doing critiques, huh? I thought 2 weeks was short, but it really just flew by. True. That was fun. Yeah! See? When you just let go, when you're not overthinking it, and you get inspired, it's fun. When you're overthinking it, and stressing out, and all that. Like, at least in my experience, you get panic attacks, and it ends up leading to migraines, and it's no fun. Even my cat knows it. He's meowing about it. Because he's overthinking shit too. Silly kitty. There we go. Look at that. That's so pretty. It's pretty. It sure got my adrenaline pumping. Just moving your hands single-mindedly is too fun. Exactly. Just don't think about it. Just draw. Just, in some cases with music, just play. Just sing. Just dance. Just go with the flow. It really is liberating when you don't think about it. I wouldn't have finished if I hadn't talked to Yakuma-san seriously. Next, they might just look like simple croquois for others, but it was essential for me who hardly drew anything for a year. It had to be very therapeutic and liberating for Yaguchi. As I said, I understand that. It's very, when you've been stressed out like this and just overthinking everything and been in a long as writer's block, or in this case, artist block like this for a year, you would imagine this would be extremely liberating. How long do you plan on doing the same things over and over? Your first year-end project was an autobiography-like small-scale piece. It was infused with your reality and had simple merits as a painting. But for me, who's a slow starter, I was able to discover a few things with Microqua this time. I remember you saying that your year-end project was a piece you made to come to an understanding with yourself. Did you come all the way to Gedai to settle everything within yourself? Your self-absorption is making you small. Come into contact with works that move people. You might as well, since you enrolled here. Ah, yes, you're right. Mm-hmm. I want to read this again, because this is very important. And also, I want to point out this, because in this panel on page 6 that Yamaguchi did. Oh my god, it's everything. It's beautiful. Did you come all the way to Gedai to settle everything within yourself? This, you see the clouds and the sky in his face. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous. I understand what he's saying here too. He's saying to expand his horizons. He is. Your self-absorption is making you small. Come into contact with works that move people. You might as well, since you enrolled here. Exactly. He needs to. I know Yaguchi needs to expand his horizons. Is right. He needs to. He is finding himself. Yes, and this is self-absorption, but he's kind of getting back into it. Because this is his way of getting back into drawing. Now that he's out of this slump, now what Yaguchi's got to do is go to the next step and get inspired by something else. He's got to look around him and see what else there is to be inspired by, and go for a different genre of art. Go for like the bigger picture. Yes, you're right. Thank you so much. Are we done after the next one? Yes. Amazing. It's the first time a critique ended on time. You were the ones who were taking your sweet time. That assignment was like a storm, huh? I never want to do that again. Maybe Choya-sensei is going to assign the next one. Maybe. Each instructor's personality shows up in their assignment, huh? There's Neko Yoshiki-sensei, who's like fun. There's Tsukinoki Sensei with the self-portrait, Tokyo's history with Neko Yoshiki Sensei. This time the assignment by Inukai Sensei was all about stamina after all. It is, because if you read Artie, you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll understand what they're talking about, especially with what Inukai is talking about with stamina, because in Artie, you see that there's deadlines, and you need to have that stamina to really get them deadlines done. So I understand. What Inukai is doing with this. The next assignment is, it's a shame, but the next assignment will be for me as well. He heard us? Oh no, this is a Galeno Sensei shit. Let's be real. Your next assignment will be to make a peace with guilt as the theme. Oh! Ooh. Make a peace with guilt as the theme. First of all, this panel is great, or I should say, this page is fucking everything. I love it. I love you have this bright ass background, and then Inukai is so dark. Ah! Love it. But ooh, you have to make a peace with guilt as the theme. If it could be any genre of art in terms of like painting, it could be oil, coal or charcoal, water-based. It's probably going to be oil-based, obviously, but if you can do, oh man, if it has to be oil-based painting, oh god. I'm hoping it could be any genre, because if it can be any genre or mixed genres, as long as oil is part of it, ooh, bitch, there could be some good stuff coming out of there. What? How is that cringy? Oh, come on! How is that cringy? That's actually kind of karma, because he heard all you motherfuckers talking shit. That's why. Not cringy, it's karma. Dude, it ain't cringy. Nah, even if it wasn't karma, that's not cringy. Guilt could be so, you could do guilt in so many ways. You can, and not just like as the emotion. No, you can use different objects. Yeah, it's all about the color palette too. You can use the color palette. You can use you can also use metaphorical art as well. You can go into mythology with the scales. Or like this, you could do the scales of justice, or you can go the Egyptian route. You could, go underworld route with like Hades as well. I mean, you could do so much with guilt. You can. You could put chains. Oh my god, you could do so much with guilt. But this is kind of karma, though. You shouldn't be talking shit, or you should be careful where you're talking shit around. Wow, that's so cringy. The punctuation between the drawing assignment and this is crazy. The drawing assignment this time has gotten everyone to work their hands, and so next will be to have you work your mind and hearts. I think that's I don't think this is cringy. I think this is smart. It goes without saying that guilt is the feeling of being conscious about wrongdoing, killing a person, eating snacks while dieting. See? You can do so much with guilt. That's why I don't understand why this is cringy. It goes without saying that guilt is the feeling of being conscious about wrongdoing, killing a person, eating snacks while dieting. The feeling of guilt follows when you perform an act that goes against what you should have done instead. You could have have like a Jiminy Cricket kind of shit. Reflection follows guilt, and you can improve your situation. Oh, bitch! You know what you could do is you could have like a mirror and a reflection of yourself, and then the reflection of the action that you did. That is the horrible action that you did. Oh, bitch! You could do you could also do that. You know what that would be? You could do body dysmorphia, dude. You could do body dysmorphia with that too. Oh my god, that would be amazing. Oh gosh, it is said that guilt is a more complex self-conscious emotion than anger and sadness. It is. Guilt is very, very complex. The critique will be 2 months from now. There's no specified subject nor material. Oh man, I can't wait to see what they come up with. Because, as Anukai said, guilt is extremely complex. You could do so much with it. As I said, you could do as he was saying right here. I'm going to point this out again. Killing a person, eating snacks while dieting. That's why I said you could do like have someone looking in the mirror and have a skinny person looking in the mirror and seeing themselves as fat, aka body dysmorphia. You could have that shit up in there. Oh my god, that would be such a power. That's probably an obvious one, but it'd be if it's done right, it's powerful as hell. It is. Just saying. We'll be looking forward to it. Yeah. Sorry. Well then, we'll be looking forward to it. Yakumo-san, thanks a lot for the other day. Huh? What for? You gave me advice for the drawings. Ah, that. If you're grateful, then give me food. Here. Hey, are you serious? Hey, are you serious? I thought you'd say that. I don't have money these days either, so let me off with that. See you. I have my class next. So, I have my next class, so you got lucky, huh, Yakumo? Dude, Yakumo, that was fucking lucky as hell. Give me a bite. A food you receive from others is the best. No. It's like Itora-kun has a more mature look on his face. This is going to be so interesting. Whoa. Back then I was completely unaffected. I understand what Professor Nukai was getting at. With that said, the current me needed that task. It did. He does. He needs this. This is going to be so therapeutic for Yaguchi. But it's different from trying to say, please understand me as well. Maybe it's better if I feel a little more down. Probably. Oh my god. There are a lot of people around Yaguchi that he could use. Again, going back to the body dysmorphia is a definite, and even gender dysmorphia could be a good one too. But you're not coming, Yamada-san? Huh? Your pet rhinoceros beetle is on the verge of death? It's the people that were chatting with Kamada-san. They're loud. No, you should be prioritizing the rhinoceros beetle. It's fine, but see, we won't conveniently find mountain power, so... Oh, someone's conveniently here! I'm Kisaragi-Sara from the design department. I'm Hisayama Toshio from Intermedia Art. Hey, are you free today, Yakuma-kun? Sorry, since this... Oh, I just thought of another one. You could do the fur industry too. You could do some PETA type shit. Yeah! Just realized that. Sorry, since this is... Ooh, you could do war too. Dude, there's so much shit you could do with guilt. I'm telling you, guilt is such a good fucking concept. It's complex and broad too, but there's so much you could do with it. Especially if the materials... you could do as much as you want with different materials too. There's so much you could do. Sorry, since this is sudden, but are you busy today, Yaguchi-kun? Today, except for the fact that I thought I'd go home and to watch Kendert. He's hooked. I'm free. There was an odd pause there. Hey, let the man go watch Magender. Precious health had canceled on us today. You see. Oh, what do you need? What help do you need? Manual labor? I can't do anything difficult, though. Yeah, that's okay. It's easy. It's something like an exhibit. Something like an exhibit? Hello? Oh, Fuji-san's not around. There's so much here, huh? The representative Fuji-san is super knowledgeable. You could just listen to her for hours. Oh, the people here are really interesting, much more than university. What kind of person is Fuji-san? Fuji-san! Jeez, please don't sleep at a place like this. Oh, took a nap while everyone was out shopping. No. Hello, I'll be taking a bath. Ooh. Yaguchi might be getting some inspiration up in ya. He might. But I'm curious what you guys think of this chapter, and what do you think of this assignment? Like, what would you do with guilt? What would you do? Because there's so much you could do. You could look at it from a historical perspective. You could look at it from a contemporary perspective. You could look at it from a pop culture perspective. True, you could. You really could. Because there's a lot in pop culture. There really is. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I was thinking of off the top of my head? Oh, you could look at it from a mythological perspective. Yeah, there you go. Mythological perspective. You can do so much with this. You can. Like, historical also includes not just, obvious history. It also includes literature as well. Like, you could look at it with Shakespeare, too. Because there is, especially like Macbeth. Macbeth is one to look at as an example with Lady Macbeth and her unclean hands. To the unclean hands. That is an example of guilt. This is after you murder someone, your hands. This is very, very, very typical metaphor. How after you murder someone, your hands are just unclean. You can wash them all you want, but your hands are still unclean. That's what I mean by metaphor right there. In terms of metaphorical art. It's shit like that. See what I mean? But that's the most obvious one. At least for me, that is the most obvious one. I just think the body dysmorphia would be like the easiest, or not the easiest. I think the body dysmorphia one, maybe it's because I'm a nutrition major, or I'm sorry, I have a nutrition degree, and I think it's eating disorders have always fascinated me. I think maybe that's why I kind of find it. I think it would be very interesting and very powerful. I don't know if it would be the most obvious one to go to, and or like to have it in the to use the mirror and have a girl like stare at the mirror and see have them see a skinny girl, have them see themselves as fat. You could do that, or I feel like you could also do a really powerful gender dysmorphia piece with guilt because they feel guilty because they feel like they aren't the right gender. They were born like they were born they feel like they're a girl on the inside but they have the appearance of a man, that kind of thing. I feel like you could do something with that too because they feel guilty that they're not being their true selves because they're hiding that they feel like they're really a different gender. I feel like you could do something with that too. I think that would be extremely powerful. Yeah, could you do the same thing concept with the mirror? Yeah, you could. You could do that, like have the paint like a picture, have a boy stare at the mirror and see a beautiful the ideal woman that they want to see, that they feel like they are on the inside. You could, especially based on what this is, because they feel guilty because that's who they feel like they should be. You could go with that. I'm really curious what you guys think. You could, again, as I said, you could do war. You could and have um like a person like crouching over like a veteran going like this and like have like a war scene going on and they're like above them. Uh, that's just another example. See, I have creative. I wish I could draw, but I can't draw for shit. If I could draw, I'd be doing this myself. But I have ideas. You see what I mean? I do. You could do like the best one you could do that I could think of the top of my head, especially like in a very trippy art style, would be Vietnam War era stuff. Oh yes, yes, yes. That would be yeah. I know that's like generic. That's like the probably the most obvious one to go to. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if that's the most obvious one to go to anymore, based on how this generation is. That's the first thing I think of, especially with all the PTSD. Vietnam vets have horrible PTSD. But I'm very curious what you guys think. Another one with guilt. I just realized this. Adultery is another one too. I mean, look at the 7 deadly sins. You could use any of them and have that and use that as a basis for guilt. See, I know. Oh God, you could use any of you could. There's just so much you can do. Guilt is such a broad. I know it's so broad, but like once you narrow it down a little bit and just get like a brainstorm and just narrow it down bit by bit and figure out what you're inspired by. Whether it be, in my case, it'd probably be more like from a mythological perspective because I love mythology too, and also yeah, the body dysmorphia stuff too. But I feel like the body dysmorphia would just be so obvious, and probably a lot of people would do that shit and do the reflection when you could do like, why not do a 7 deadly sins kind of thing, like go into that realm or go into like the mythological realm of things. And obviously, the unclean hands, duh. Everyone's going to do that. But I'm very curious what you guys think. What would you guys do for a guilt painting? Would you go to the religious realm? Would you go to the mythological realm? Would you go to, well, obviously mythological would include 7 deadly sins, obviously. Would you go into like would you go into pop culture? Would you go into like, as I was saying, like with the PTSD kind of situation? Would you go into shit? Would you go like the body dysmorphia route or gender dysmorphia? I'm very curious what you guys would do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. You love what I'm doing. I want to help keep this channel alive and kicking so I can keep bringing you more Blue Period content. A few ways you can do that. Donate to my Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.